everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. So I've had a lot of requests about doing this video. I posted a bit of a teaser on my Instagram in December saying that I was going to do a review on The Ordinary. I bought several of their products. They're a fantastic brand, which I'll come on to a little bit more in a second. But the reason it's taken me so long is because with skincare you can't just use it once and then decide what you feel about it. I've used these products for over a month. Some of them even longer. It's going to take a while to go through all these products, so we'll just get into the good stuff. But just before we do, just to explain who they are and why they do what, excuse me, tea. So before I talk about The Ordinary specifically, I'm just going to talk a little bit about where they come from and what they believe in, because it'll make more sense when I talk about the products a bit later. Bear with this, I am getting to a point. So their parent brand is called Deciem, and they call themselves the Abnormal Beauty Company. So what they pride themselves on is not investing in, you know, especially fancy packaging, celebrity endorsements, kind of your classic beauty advertising. They're very much like, we create great products with stuff that works, and then we sell it. And that's about it. And they have a plethora of different brands. I was actually having a look earlier today, and The Ordinary is their kind of basic budget range, which I'll talk more about in a second. But they also have, you know, a men's fitness line, kind of particularly for dry hands and body. They even have like a special line for lips. So if you want particularly plumped up lips, or if you had surgery from your lips, then they even have products that suit that. So they've got a whole range of different stuff. So please go on their website if you want to find out a little bit more. But the reason why The Ordinary has got so much hype is because it is so cheap and so good. And they're basically changing the way and doing things in a very different way that no other kind of makeup or skincare brand has ever really done before. If you're from the UK, then you'll get this reference. They're very much a Ronseal brand. So Ronseal had this, I don't even know what it was, like varnish. And basically they had a big campaign that just says Ronseal does what it says on the tin. That's pretty much what The Ordinary do. All of their packaging looks very similar. So I have made the mistake of using the wrong thing before, which you've got to read the bottle. They do very simple packaging, but very high quality, proven ingredients that they know work. And so even some of the really luxury high end, you'd be paying £100 for some of their serums, £70 in some cases. Even some of the La Mer ones cost like £300. I mean, that is insane money for a tiny bottle of product. You can mix and match some of these products to your skin type and your skin routine and what works for you. So it's really tailor-made skincare. And also, I'm going to detail all of the products and their prices below, but there is one product which I have which is £12, but then the majority of the other products are £5 or £6. Some of them are even less. It is dirt cheap, but super high quality, with ingredients that really work. So that is why I love it so much. I haven't loved every single one of these products, so I'll talk you through them. So I'm going to talk about these products in the order that you would use them, or the way that I use them, and then any more detail I can put down below. So the first one I'm going to talk about is probably the most hyped product in the entire range, which is the Hyaluronic Acid 2% plus B5. Now, if you haven't heard of hyaluronic acid, it is one of the very few proven ingredients that's supposed to help with anti-aging and moisturization. So hyaluronic acid is something that's found naturally in the skin anyway, and the beauty of it is that it holds 1,000 times its weight in water. So it's super moisturizing and super, it plumps the skin in a really beautiful way. So all of the packaging comes in a very similar way. So let me just show you. So it comes in like a pipette. Oh God, hang on, I've got to aim. I've got to watch it. It goes on super smooth, but the really great thing about it is that you feel like your skin is plumped, like literally plumped, dewier, younger looking. This is one of the few that I saw actual, as soon as I'd used it, especially over like a week, instant results. This is an amazing product that I would highly recommend that you have some sort of hyaluronic acid within your beauty regime, if that's the kind of, who doesn't want plumper, younger looking skin? I mean, come on. I'm borderline 30, so I need this in my life. The next product I'm going to talk about is Buffet by The Ordinary. So again, very similar to the hyaluronic acid, it's just got a There's the consistency. It's just more of a cloudy consistency. And this is the most expensive product in their range. This is £12 for 30 mils, so it's the same size. This also has hyaluronic acid in it. It's also got peptides in it and something else that I can't remember. It's an anti-aging serum. So I am 29. I'm not 29. Gosh, I used to keep saying I'm 29, but I'm not actually 29 yet. I'm 29 in exactly a week's time. So although I'm not having, you know, anti-aging problems yet, I see this as prevention. I'm going to use it the bottle and then decide if I want to buy another one, because it does do for me a lot of the same things that the hyaluronic acid does, but I am using both just because this has got a couple of extra anti-aging ingredients, so hey. So the next product I'm going to talk about, which is the third step that I would use in my serum routine after hyaluronic acid and buffet, is the Niacinamide 10% and Zinc 5%. So I actually bought this on a recommendation from one of the guys that worked in the store. So they have a couple of stores in London around Shoreditch. This one I bought from Spitalfields Market. And basically I was telling him how I have an oily T-zone with large pores, blackheads, you know, all that fun stuff. He highly recommended this one. So I've been using these 3 serums as a combination for a little while now, and it's really helped reduce the appearance of pores, really making sure those blackheads are as clean as they can be, and cleaned out. Sorry, it's a bit gross. I would absolutely buy this one again and keep it part of it because I feel like it's doing wonders for my oily skin as well. So next is the Caffeine Solution 5% and EGCG. So I actually think they've stopped selling these at the moment because they're redoing the formula. So I feel like I've got one of these like rare precious gems that nobody else can get hold of, but I have one. And very similar packaging. I feel like I'm, whoa. So again, it's like a serum consistency, but it's like almost like a goldy color. This reduces the appearance of eye contour pigmentation and of puffiness. So eye contour pigmentation is dark circles for you and me. I really think that this massively has helped my dark circles. It's really strong stuff, so you really don't need a lot, and I only use it in the evenings, and I just use it like across here and here. But after I'd used this for a week, there was actually one incident where I actually had done my full face of makeup, was ready to go to work, and I realized I'd forgotten to put on concealer, which, trust me, I would, before I'd started using this, I definitely wouldn't have forgotten, because it would have been dark circle overload. So I think that's a really good sign of the product. The other thing it does say on here is UV protective packaging. So you've just got to be careful that this is extra sensitive to the sun. So if you're going on a really hot holiday, then I would just steer clear of this. Or if you're going out for the day, just make sure that you wear a lot of SPF around your eyes and don't forget that area. So just be a bit careful about that and using this in sunlight. Maybe I'll see, it'd be quite interesting actually to see how much these are going for on eBay. The fifth product to talk about is Salicylic Acid 2% solution. So this is for blemish prone skin. So this is what I'd originally bought to see and if that would help kind of the blemishes that I had and my blackheads that I have kind of across my T-zone. And I actually thought it irritated my skin a little bit. I didn't particularly love it. And then that's when I swapped to the niacinamide, I felt that that worked a lot better for me. But if you've got quite severe acne, then I think this is going to really work for you. I haven't had any to test it out, but if you've got a particularly bad spot, then you can use this as just like a one-off treatment overnight, and it's apparently supposed to work wonders. So I'll still use it, but probably very sparingly if I have a particularly bad skin day. So this is the Natural Moisturizing Factors Plus HA, so hyaluronic acid. So this is just a normal moisturizer, but it's a really good one that really locks in moisture and is very, very lightweight, so you don't feel like you're coming off too kind of cakey, and not cakey, but really shiny, and so but it still has lots of moisture in it because of the hyaluronic acid. This is super cheap. I think it's less than £4. You can see that I've used a lot of it and I've not got a lot left. The only I mean 30, I'm quite happy with 30 mils because I travel quite a lot, so this fits perfectly in your liquids bag. But they have recently launched a 100 ml version. So if you want, because I use moisture, I went through this very, very quickly. So to keep buying the 30 mils feels a bit not great value for money, but they do have 100 ml now, which is a lot better size and a lot more normal size that you'd expect from a moisturizer, so that's really good. So again, not a lot to say about this one, but it's just a very, very good moisturizer with some really good ingredients. And again, it is, I think the whole thing is, the whole range is vegan friendly anyway, so if you're into that then. And then the last two products that I've got to talk about is the High-Spreadability Fluid Primer and the High-Adherence Silicone Primer. So they're pretty similar. I have both because I wanted to try both, but you certainly don't need both. But the High-Spreadability Fluid Primer is spreadability enhancing lightweight surface smoother and primer. So again, this goes on like a serum after your moisturiser because it's a primer, you can see that. It makes your skin feel super, super silky smooth. Your makeup goes on beautifully after it. But I actually think that this one is my preferred favourite. So this is the High-Adherence Silicone Primer. So this High-Adherence Blurring Surface Smoother and Primer. So whereas the previous one was quite like a thick serum consistency, this is like a very, very thick moisturiser. So you can see how it goes on very, very thickly, and I just prefer this one because I feel like it gives me a little bit of extra moisturisation and it really does blur out the skin. It's like working with an Instagram filter. I believe this is £4, and I genuinely think it's one of the best primers. Well, it is the best primer that I've ever used. If I had to pick some products that I think would work for anybody, it would be the Hyaluronic Acid, this High-Adherence Silicone Primer, and probably the Niacinamide, especially if you've got oily skin. If you've got normal to dry skin, you maybe don't need this, but if you've got oily skin, then I highly recommend this product as well. So these are the three that I would absolutely recommend picking up. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or want me to try anything else from The Ordinary, then please let me know. I'm really interested in their vitamin C product. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Please give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and you can also follow me on my Instagram channel below. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!